Welcome to NTR344. This is Nutrition Management and Leadership. My name is Tracy Gergich. I will be the instructor for this course for this session. I did want to give you a little bit of an overview of the class, give you a little brief introduction about myself and some expectations for the session. So many of you probably have not had me before. So again, my name is Tracy. A little bit of my background. I am a registered dietitian. I did get my bachelor's degree in dietetics from Arizona State and my master's degree. So I am a double Sun Devil graduate. I worked in a variety of settings. I've worked in clinical settings where I was a pediatric dietitian for about 3 years, and then I moved into a food service management type of role. So I worked for the Arizona Department of Education in their National School Lunch Program office, which would oversee all of the school districts within Arizona that ran the National School Lunch Program, and I was one of their auditors. So I would go visit all the different districts and their subsequent kitchens and review their kitchens to ensure that they were meeting the National School Lunch Program regulations, so which was a whole host of different things that they had to have in place, but I got to be exposed to a lot of different food service operations, different kitchens all over the state of Arizona. After that, I worked for a school district as their food service supervisor. So I was an area supervisor and I oversaw their menu and production piece of their operation. So I wrote all the menus, production records, and would do some new menu recipe or new recipe development, new menu item development. I also was responsible for 2 central kitchens and subsequent 12 elementary schools that were fed by those central kitchens. So I have a fair amount of management experience in food service, but I do bring different clinical perspectives as well, just because I've had that exposure too. And since working at the school district, I've been at Arizona State for going into my 8th year now. I teach the upper division NTR344, which is the class after this course, Management of Food Service Systems. It's the capstone course of all of the food management courses, which each of you, I believe, will be taking depending on your degree or your major map. And so that course utilizes the information you learn in this class as well as 343 and applies it all. So I'll look forward to working with you in this class, and then probably subsequently, if you take 45, you will have me again. And in addition to that, I'm also the DPD director, and what that means is essentially I oversee the didactic program in dietetics here at ASU. So I oversee the dietetic program that is in charge, or is the one program that allows students a pathway to become a registered dietitian, or RD, or DTR. So that is an on-ground course or on-ground program. It is a 4-year bachelor's degree. And as mentioned at the bottom bullet, if you're interested in becoming an RD, feel free to email me. The online degrees that we have right now do not provide you a pathway to become an RD. They do obviously provide you a nutrition degree, but that is not the correct degree that you need to move forward to get your RD. The RD pathway is a very specific one because it's an accredited program through the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. So they have very specific criteria that they require the students to meet, and we only meet that criteria in the DPD program. So the nutrition degrees that are offered online are fantastic, but they don't provide every class that's needed to meet those DPD requirements. So if you know long-term that you want to become an RD, please email me and I can help you with finding programs that may be near you. I realize the majority, if not all of you, are online students who live in a variety of places throughout the U.S. There might be an institution near you that you can complete your DPD requirements and then eventually become an RD. There's other additional requirements besides getting your bachelor's degree in a DPD program. There is an internship requirement and a board exam requirement as well. So enough about that. Let's move on. As far as how this course is set up, in every online course at ASU, and I'm sure many of you have taken lots of ASU online courses, we have what's called a course lead, which is essentially one instructor who ensures that the course is maintained regardless of who teaches it. So I am not the course lead for 344. That individual's name is Megan Niskern. Some of you may have had her in other courses. So the reason I bring it up is some of the lectures are recorded in her voice and will be, so you'll hear her and may see her in some of the videos moving through the modules. There are a fair amount that I have recorded as well, so you'll get my voice too. Sorry about that. Megan probably has a much smoother online voice than I do, but both of us will have the information that you need in order to be successful in this course. So I am your instructor. I will be the one grading everything that you submit, providing you feedback, answering emails. So I'm the one that you will direct all of your questions to, not Megan, but just be aware that Megan, her appearance and her presence is throughout NTR344. So as you all are probably aware and familiar with Canvas, maybe by now, this is our first full year fall semester into Canvas. As of June of last year, we were no longer allowed to use Blackboard, so everything's been shifted over, and there are still some learning curves that everybody is learning. So be patient with me, but we'll get through it. Instead of weeks, this is set up in modules, and I do have it set up where you must complete one module before you can move to the next. Now, you can move at your own pace. Be mindful of deadlines. So if you finish with module 1, module 2 will populate and open up for you, even if it's before the next week deadline or if it's early. But you just need to be aware that you have to keep on top of deadlines for quizzes and for exams and assignments. So those aren't going to shift around. So if you're, falling behind, you need to make sure that you get all the modules caught up in time to take an exam, because that module won't populate until you've completed the previous one. I did want to mention this is a literacy course, and what does that mean? It means there's a fair amount of writing required in this course. You have only 3 assignments, and those assignments will be writing intense, so please prepare yourself for that. I know not everybody loves to write, and especially in a food service class, you're thinking, seriously, I have to write in a food service class? Yep, you do, particularly in management. It gets you ready for that aspect of management, a lot of writing in management, but we'll try to hopefully keep it interesting enough to make it palatable for you, but just know that this is something that you will be writing quite a bit in, not just exams and quizzes, okay? But that's where your points will be coming from, is assignments, exams, and quizzes. I will throw in a few discussion boards here and there, but that won't be the bulk of your points for this class, just because I do like to keep a little bit of engagement in an online course, so we will do a little bit of discussion boards as well. So what are we going to talk about? There's a lot of different food management topics we're going to cover, and we have a lot of different audience types, meaning some of you are food management students, some of you are human nutrition, some of you are food entrepreneurship, some of you may be a totally different, not even nutrition related degree, and some of you might eventually want to be in the DPD program. So I tried to be broad in my viewpoints as far as potential applications of what we're going to be talking about when it comes to food management. Keep an open mind that potentially there could be some opportunities for you that you may not even have been aware of in your future when it comes to food management. Not a lot of students are kind of like, ugh, management, this is not my cup of tea, it's so boring. I'm going to try to make it as interesting and applicable as possible to see that this is really a future career for many individuals and maybe even you. So I look forward to working with you all for the next 7.5 weeks. If you have questions, feel free to email me. That's the best way of getting a hold of me. I am not in my office a whole heck of a lot, so email is your best mode of contact. And I look forward to having a great semester with you.